Hello and welcome to the Flexline Media feature card coverage of Round 1 here at the inaugural 2021 Timaru Tūkauati. This tournament is sponsored by Chris Smith Disc Golf, and our coverage is brought to you by Vortica Disc Golf. My name is Chris Hoopmann, and I'm joined for commentary by Jeremy Brokenshire. How you going, Jeremy?
I'm good, thanks, Chris.
Man, we've been doing pretty well so far in 2021 in terms of the weather, but this tournament brought it all.
It was a wet one, it was a cold one, it was a windy one.
Yeah, really tough conditions, but this is our feature card here. We've got Ashton Clark from Christchurch, Echo Lee from Tiano, Jacob Eder from Christchurch, and Andrew Falconer from Christchurch. Great feature card.
Good range of skills across all divisions. It's going to be good to see all the players.
Yeah, for sure. Echo Lee doing really well from down south, so it's going to be good to see her. Actually used to live in Geraldine for a period, so Timaru was kind of her stomping ground for a while, so hopefully she can perform well. Here we have hole 1, par 3, 89 metres. Pretty friendly starting hole. Not much in your way except for the tree guarding the right side of the green.
Don't forget the OB path long as well. That can definitely come into play.
And what you can't see in this preview is the weather, but you'll very soon see it was a pretty horrible day. It's going to definitely come into play. But we got Ashton Clark on the tee. He's throwing his buzz.
A lot of grip issues, a lot of overstable discs are required in these conditions. Ashton, pretty safe first hole.
Echo just slipping out of her grip there. I believe we're going to see quite a few forehands from Echo, just because she's actually got a bit of a back injury and she finds that the forehand is a little bit kinder to her back.
Jacob going high.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
Jacob going long.
And yeah, he's found that path long, and it's out of bounds. Not the greatest start for his round.
Andrew's turned this over a bit.
Hopefully he comes up short from that path. And I think that's safe. I think he went far enough right that he managed to avoid the path.
I think that'll play from there. Not a bad shot by Andrew.
Echo is having a picnic early on in her round. And just chipping it up the fairway.
Hope that injury doesn't come into play when she's forced to throw some backhand shots.
I first saw Echo play at Wahitapu last year. Did a bit of a practice round with her before the tournament, and I was amazed. First time I saw her throwing, and she was getting like 90-meter drives, just like easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would love to see that.
We've got Andrew approaching from the right-hand side, just pitching up. Left it a little bit short.
Jacob, good floaty bird, but again left it short. It's going to be a tester.
Yeah, this is a sloping green, so you got to add a little bit more juice onto your putts. Let's see if Ashton can get a bird to start off with. Probably, yeah, just inside circle.
Oh, just low.
Man. Close one there, Ashton. Gonna have to settle for a par to start off with.
It's alright on this first hole. It's a tough 90-meter hole with a bit of OB and some unfavourable conditions. I think a par to start off, especially on camera, is definitely doing alright.
Weak side. Maybe a bit of wind coming into play. You can see the palms in the background getting blown around. It's certainly playing on Andrew's mind here. Don't you hate it when you step up to a putt and the wind picks up and you're just like, why me?
Yeah, absolutely. In these conditions as well.
Yeah.
It makes a 4, 5, 6 meter putt feel like a circle's edge putt.
Yeah, Andrew unfortunately going to have to settle for a double bogey here.
Rough start for Andrew. Another rough start for Jacob, but there is plenty of golf yet. It's only hole 1, so I'm sure the boys will climb out of that.
And the girl.
And the kill. Hole 2, low ceiling, short little pitch and putt hole, OB long in the sand dunes. Keep it low, keep it hyzered, and you should nab yourself a birdie.
Yeah, probably one of the shorter holes on the course. Just one of the standard holes here at Caroline Bay. But yeah, just that ceiling really comes into play and can make you second guess, especially with the slippery grip.
It does. This is a really cool course that Chris Smith designed. Takes into play a couple of the holes from the normal layout. But he did a really good job, and hole 2 is definitely one of those ones that you want to get.
And there we see Ashton catching a bit of that those branches and falling short. Oh,
early release from Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, similar mistake, coming up very short.
There was so much rain over the weekend that a lot of puddles started forming on the course as well, so they definitely had to come into play.
Look at that. Nice little, almost an air bounce from Andrew there. That was a beautiful shot. And we get a Gecko Sports replay. Let's see the line he takes.
Oh, loving that follow flight.
Beautiful. Just skipping over that puddle.
Park job.
Park job. What a great bounce back from the double bogey on hole 1. Should be able to tap in his birdie and get his round kick started. See if Echo going forehand, hopefully can get through. But yeah, just catching that low ceiling. Ashton probably reckons he could give this a good run, I reckon.
I think this will be a layup from Ashton. Safe little jump putt layup.
I think he's approaching with the tactic.
Another good jump putt up shot from Jacob. Nice and safe. No risk of going long into the OB there.
So Echo was throwing a dynamic discs judge
Following
for her upshots. Yeah.
With a park job. Lovely shot, Echo.
Yeah, she's got a great upshot action. And these should just be tap-ins for our feature card here. And yeah, you can see in the background there is substantial pooling of water around this course. There's definitely some water courses that kind of fill up as the rain comes, and they definitely come into play.
Absolutely.
Bit of an unexpected hazard. They all play as casual, but you can take relief if a player chooses.
Normally when it's dry, you get some good ground play off this short grass, but with these puddles forming on the course, not so much. Hole 3, another short one you want to get. Wide open hyzer, dunes OB on the right. Simple, short little hole.
Yeah, probably the backhand, right-hand backhand is the safest play because you're always going to be coming back out of the OB area. But it also, if it doesn't come back, you can risk the turnover into the dunes.
Exactly. With this wind, that is definitely an option. Andrew going high and a little bit short, but should be inside circle.
Probably about 5-6 meters, but that definitely feels longer in these conditions.
Exactly.
Ashton, he's throwing a zone. And that's a little bit left, but yeah, inside the circle. Ashton, of course, being in Division 1 in the Christchurch League, one of the better players probably in the field here today.
Yeah, I've played with Ashton a lot. I would expect him to shoot well, and I'm sure he'd be looking to shoot well also.
I think Echo's mostly throwing a shrike off the tee. Obviously works well for her game. She's found the water there.
Another jump putt layup from Jacob. Safe play, again avoiding that long OB. Casual relief was given from puddles today as you see Echo's umbrella floating in the background.
Yeah, Echo lost track of her umbrella a few times. I think you'll see Throwcam Gwen in the background being umbrella caddy for Echo.
It was a common theme on this course. I believe I saw Kyle Martin lose his umbrella a few times across the week, across Saturday.
It's the old thing, like if it's all right if you've got a bit of wind, it's all right if you've got a bit of rain, but the combination is tough because the wind just blows your umbrella around.
Throw in 5 to 10 degrees in the mix, and the body just doesn't work the way it normally does.
Not a good time. And that was possibly what contributed to Ashton's putt just falling a bit low. He won't be happy with that one.
But yeah, the umbrella again.
Great par from Echo. Just have to run and catch that umbrella before it blows away. Now let's see if Andrew can get this one. It'd be a good birdie to get.
Even if these putts aren't very long, they are mentally tough.
Oh,
That's going to play on Andrew's mind.
yeah. Did that splash out strong side?
I think
Just-
low
yeah.
right. Yeah, it did.
Unfortunate. Did you feel like the weather came in waves as a player? Or was it fairly constant? Like, kind of once it was wet, it was just wet the whole time?
I think throughout the weekend well, throughout Saturday it was pretty constant. It was wet, it was cold. I personally got cold towards the end of the round.
Here we have hole 4, par 3, 105 metres. Definitely the longest so far, so the players are going to be stretching their arms. Just got to pretty much throw it straight. You got some space out to the right-hand side to enter the green. The tree on the left obviously guarding. But yeah, it's just basically a distance game.
It is wide open, flat hyzer. It's probably the first opening hole to showcase the rest of the course, where most of the holes are around this distance.
Looks like Ashton turned his DD3 over. Not really the position he wants to be to get his birdie.
Jacob throwing his ESP nuke. Hyzer line.
Yeah. Similar result, I think, to Ashton, just kind of either flipping it or just got the wrong line, ending up a bit to the right of the pin. Oh, that's pretty high from Echo.
Another splash.
Turns straight over. She's pretty much bang on in the middle of the fairway of the previous hole, but that's fine. Still in the right direction.
Again, she'll probably take some casual relief from that puddle. Makes the footing a bit easier and keeps the shoes a tad drier.
And that was a fourth circle Firehawk from Andrew. Great company out of Australia, making some nice discs.
It's good info there, Chris. I did not know they were out of Australia.
Yeah, Southeast Queensland, actually, my old stomping ground.
Ah, true.
Then we have Andrew. Oh, sorry, was that
That was Echo's upshot.
Bit of a flex out of Andrew. Probably, yeah, circle's edge maybe.
Circle's
Bit of an uphill
edge,
putt.
Uphill putt. It's a tricky one because you definitely want to play this one safe and lay it up unless you're quite close, because it's one of those holes. It's a nice design putting it on a bank. You can get some pretty nasty rollaways if you hit cage top or bottom.
Just saw a great upshot from Echo. And this is tricky for Jacob, trying to get around that big tree. And he's gone long. It's going to be a tricky putt. Got possibly a tree kind of in his way.
That slope is definitely going to come into play with that putt from Jacob.
This looks like Ashton's zone. He's using the ground, but didn't quite get the skip that he wanted. It's
Perhaps turned over slightly. Tough putt from Jacob. Can he capitalise?
Just a touch left.
Hard to fully commit to those putts.
Definitely. I found also under these trees, as we see, a great putt from Ashton. Great par save. I found particularly this green under the trees, there were really heavy drops, so it was actually a bit distracting. You can see there on the water underneath Andrew's feet.
Yeah, as you see the lake forming behind Andrew. Which got progressively worse throughout the weekend.
Bit of a stab putt from Andrew. Not quite following through. Just, playing on his mind those short distances, I think.
He's missed a few of those ones now. It must be a mental battle for not just Andrew, but all the players this weekend. I know I struggled with those 3, 4, 5 metre putts. They really get in the back of your head.
Yep, that's all right. Gets that one. And probably worth a mention, the only birdie in the entire field, round 1, Liam Patterson from Christchurch.
He is an absolute crusher, and getting a stroke on the entire field must feel pretty good. Lovely birdie. Here we have hole 5, 80 meters, OB left down the path. No mandos on this hole. Straight shot or highs around the tree or forehand, anything plays really.
Maybe a flex.
Maybe a flex.
Yeah. What you can't see in this preview is the puddle that sits directly below the basket.
I think at this stage it was about ankle deep water.
Yeah.
Perhaps a good landing zone.
And this is a zone from Ashton, probably trying to play that flex that I mentioned, but didn't quite come out of it and landed a bit short.
Buzz OS out of Jacob here. Going a little bit left.
Ooh, just coming up short. And yeah, not OB, which is good. He'll probably have a bit of a look from there.
Let's see how Echo attacks this one.
Oh, that's pretty good. Bitten off a decent amount of the fairway. It's probably out there with Ashton.
Good hyzer line.
Yep.
Didn't turn it over, so that's the correct miss. Good shot out of Echo.
Staying well away from the OB. And a Valkyrie from Andrew. That's taking a high hyzer. Really wide. Oh, what happened there? Just kind of died.
Bit short there from Andrew. It's interesting how he throws with his hood up. I've heard from multiple sources that it's advisable to throw without your hood because it can restrict your movement.
Maybe it's a distraction thing. He doesn't like the rain on his head when he's throwing or something.
Oh,
you can see Ashton. He goes for the hood up style.
A hood putt out of Ashton.
Yeah. Maybe Andrew's just like, well, if it's good enough for Ashton, it's good enough for me. Big Annie floater and splash.
And still floating.
Yeah. He's found that puddle.
The umbrellas definitely came in key, keeping the bags dry.
Yeah, it's the kind of conditions where you know you're going to get wet, so you might as well protect your bag.
By about hole 6 or 7, my towels were absolutely saturated, and I just gave up trying to dry my discs.
Almost pass save there for Echo.
Ashton straight into the pool.
Full commitment.
No fear.
Knows what's going to happen. He's just like, yep, I'm committing. And I'm going to get my par. Andrew with the only birdie so far on this card, which you might be thinking, come on guys, play a bit better, but like it was really tough out there, and birdies were the exception rather than the rule today.
They absolutely were.
Yeah, like really tough scoring for everyone. So don't look at this and think that the rest of the field would playing heaps better, because everyone was struggling.
Hole 6, the runway hole. Hazard play down both sides, left and right, with 2 tight trees off the tee that come into play. 224 meters was actually range found to be about 240, which explains why I couldn't get there.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of players couldn't get there. It was a really tough hole. It required pretty much 2 perfect drives to get up, reach the pin, and it did also have that drainage ditch in the middle.
2 perfect full power drives in there while staying out of the hazard.
Ashton's throwing his RPM Cortade here, getting a nice turn, fading down straight into the center of the fairway. You can't quite see it on the left-hand side here, but there was a 100-meter stick, and that probably went about 15 meters past, so great drive in these conditions.
Crush out of Ashton. That is a raptor out of Jacob, and he has pulled that to the left into the hazard.
Yeah, be playing from that left-hand side. Andrew with the hood off. He is ripping a Latitude 64 SPZ 3.
Trilogy disc, I believe, from this year's Trilogy pack, and he has also pulled that into the hazard. It looks smooth out, Andrew. Wasn't expecting that to go into the hazard.
Echo reaching for her strike again, forehand. And catching that early tree. Probably may have skipped back in bounds if the tree wasn't there, but just got to avoid those off the tee.
Key to this hole was not to put it in the hazard. It was to play pitch hyzers safe and take your par and move on, because this hole played tough for the day, averaging at 5.94. Almost 2 full shots over par. That is incredible. It just shows how bad the conditions were this weekend.
Everybody's struggling with this one. And of course, this is pretty much the start of the tournament holes that have been added for this tournament to extend the Caroline Bay 9 to 18 holes. We had a slightly modified hole 1, and the few up to here have been the standard.
Traditionally, Caroline Bay is definitely a more beginner's course. So these longer holes, these alternative holes added a nice mix for the weekend.
And not to mention the puddles to increase the difficulty.
Oh yeah. Echo inbounds.
Yeah, this is good from Echo. Plays it straight into the centre. Yep. Comes up nicely.
That's how you want to do it.
And we finally have reached Ashton's drive off the tee. Throwing the same Cotade again, it looks like. Bit of a stunted run-up, I guess, those slippery conditions.
Definitely. Good shot there from Ashton. He'll have a long circle 2 look for potentially a birdie.
Another forehand from Echo. That looked good.
Smooth.
Yep.
No flutter. She's got a really nice forehand. Should have another nice easy forehand approach there.
Yeah, probably about 30 metres out. She'll probably pick up her judge and park it under the basket. Let's see what Andrew can do here. He's throwing his fourth circle Firehawk.
Oh, he doesn't like that one.
Immediately crossed arms, turns away.
He's
Hate to see it.
Eating his Weet-Bix and set that into the OB.
Might be a tricky approach as well with those bushes in his way. And I think this is Jacob's buzz. And lovely upshot.
Fantastic shot from Jacob. Well done.
Yep.
Echo opting for the little spin approach, and that'll work.
Yep, definitely. And can Ashton get a par on this incredible... Well, birdie, actually.
This is a birdie run.
This is a birdie run. Hard to imagine it because the whole play is so difficult, but probably one of the closer looks for birdie you would expect.
He will easily keep that par streak alive. First round, I believe there was no birdies on this hole either, from the whole entire tournament.
That's crazy. And
another one from Andrew.
Also struggling on the putting green. Just those short putts not quite working for him.
Good par there from Ashton.
Yep. Ashton makes good, gets a par, brings that whole average down a small amount.
0.01.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a little bit weak from Echo. No doubt her arm's feeling a bit tired, getting up the fairway. I'm sure mine would be.
Easy tap out.
Yeah, quad bogey for Andrew, wouldn't be too happy about that. Bogey from Jacob, I know he wouldn't be happy about that.
He wouldn't be, but that's still gaining shots on the field.
Yeah, that's true.
And a bogey at 6 from Echo. Ouch.
Hole 7, par 3, 141 metres. Super long for a par 3. These conditions definitely won't help things. Basically, stay off the road and you'll be happy. The fairway turns slightly to the left as you get past that park bench you just saw. Really tricky. Another really tricky hole.
Huge par 3. Luckily, Chris Smith has designed this hole to be safe left and right of the footpath, which is fair, I think, given the A, the conditions, and B, the length of this par 3.
So you saw Ashton there, still a good probably 35, 40 metres short. Getting good distance with that Cotade.
This is an ESP nuke out of Jacob, and he's turned that one over. But luckily that'll be safe, and that should be a pretty routine approach shot
He
from
just
there.
wants to skip hole 7 and get straight to hole 8. He's like, take me straight back to the tee. Oh.
Andrew's followed suit.
And yeah, just caught up on that palm. That might have been a good thing, actually.
Oh, and Echo's going back to hole 6.
Yeah, not quite the result she would look for off the tee with that shrike.
Narrowly avoiding that lake.
Yep, she's got good footing on the far side. Only got a couple of discs in her bag, but I think that's a good idea, especially in these conditions. Takes the guesswork out of it. Rely on the few discs you know work for you.
Keep it simple.
Yeah,
That's
totally. Andrew with his second, trying to attack this green. Not sure exactly where that went, but I think it stayed on that right-hand side.
It looks safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
Jacob, forehand.
Just doesn't get that skip that you would expect. I'm sure any other day of the week, before the rain came, you'd be getting some good skips on this ground.
Literally the day before.
Yeah.
Friday was playing bone dry, and then Saturday was playing absolutely saturated.
Echo chipping away up the fairway. Let's see if Andrew can get close enough that takes the nervousness out of his putts. Bit of an Anheuser upshot, and yeah.
Left it a little short. That's going to be in that mentally
tricky zone
again for Andrew. Ashton to continue the par streak, or maybe add a birdie? Nope, that'll be easy routine par from Ashton. Shooting really well.
Oh, wind kind of dropped there for Echo, but she's made no mistake. She's parked the basket up. Let's see if Jacob can get his par. Tricky distance.
Here we go.
Come on, Andrew.
Can Andrew capitalise?
Online, but just low.
He's just not fully committing to these putts. It is hard in these conditions, but...
Especially with the wind. You can see here the palm in the background. Probably, honestly, helping Jacob there. He had a bit more of a tailwind.
Yeah, it's really important when you're throwing those approach shots is to really favour that tailwind putt.
There we see the par save from Ashton. Doing well. And there should be a routine little putt for Echo. Walking over with triple bogey, not ideal, but, she's battling on.
What a trooper in these conditions. I definitely wanted to give up at a few points, and I respect all players.
Hole 8, par 3, 95 metres. This one's nice and open. Really the only hazard is the OB and the mud on the left-hand side of the fairway. And there are these 3 cabbage trees surrounding the basket, but, no real hazards on this one. Just get it close to the basket and you'll be good. Ashton on the tee. He's throwing his cortado again.
Almost kicks over the sign.
Yeah, almost tripped over it. Oh, getting a great reaction. Almost as if it was dry. That was awesome.
Great shot from Ashton.
And we get a Gecko Disc Sports replay.
Another fantastic follow flight. Look at that.
Getting
Stock, hyzer, little air bounce, little skip.
Wind reaction, a little loop on the ground there, and curls up beautifully, probably about 5 metres out.
With an open putt as well. That's how you want to play the hole. And Jacob follow his line. Throwing his Raptor.
Can he get the skip? He does.
Another good little reaction.
A little bit shorter than Ashton's. He might have a bit of an obstructed putt with one of those front side cabbage trees coming into play.
It's like someone put those there on purpose.
Firehawk from Andrew. Just not getting the distance he needed. Probably bitten off half of the fairway.
Nice and straight though.
Yeah.
It's good to stay out of that mud. That footing is not good in there, and that slopes off into that drainage ditch as well with that new wall that they've just put in.
I'd argue ending up in this mud is worse than ending up in a knee-deep puddle.
Oh, absolutely.
It was just horrible ground.
It's like an ice skating rink in there.
Echo just on the fringe of the mud. But this looks like a pretty decent up. Oh, kind of staying on the edge of the mud there.
Good upshot there from Andrew.
Good from Andrew. Still at that tricky range for him. Oh, Echo's in a bit more mud than I thought. Not super pleasant, but she's got a super control up. And yeah, that's great. She'll take a bogey, but I reckon that's pretty good on this hole.
2 birdies for the day on hole 8, averaging at 3.48.
2 birdies for the first round.
For the first round.
Yeah. But that's insane. It's pretty much an open hole.
And there's one of them.
And I think we just saw one, Jacob Eder.
Are we about to see the second? Oh, no.
That was going low from like the moment he putted.
The wind just must have got a hold.
Can Andrew capitalise? Yeah!
Great putt from Andrew.
Bit of a tree assist. But, I mean, like, from what we've seen so far, I'm sure that putt gave him a bit of confidence.
Absolutely. Hopefully that'll get his game on the green going a bit.
Yeah.
Ashton continuing the par streak.
Yeah.
Grey scorecard, which I would be stoked with today because, man, it is tough. Hole 9, 74 metres. Again, another wide open hyzer or maybe a forehand with some little bushes guarding the green. This tee pad was originally changed because it was in the mud and it was horrible. So another great last minute decision from Chris.
Yeah, you can see that bush on the left-hand side. The original tee was just to the left of that. You had to throw over the top of it or around it. But this one's probably almost a better hole, I think.
I think so. It definitely brings the hazard, the OB road into play more.
And of course the dunes on the right-hand side, you had to keep well away from that. And it was really hard to pinpoint that landing zone right between those trees. Ashton's kept that far left. I think that was throwing his blue zone. Possibly his more unstable one, expecting it to turn over a little bit, but didn't quite get it. This is a truth from Andrew.
Nice little flex.
Yeah, didn't quite get the finish he wanted, but he's safe. That'll be an easy upshot. Let's see what Echo can do. Probably suiting her right-hand forehand into this green. Just needs to get on it.
Oh, that's an early release into the OB.
Early release.
Unfortunate for Echo.
Yeah. Pretty rough there.
Oh no, she's done it again.
Oh, it's
Come on, come back in. Oh.
Now this is interesting. It's not OB.
Really?
Because the player's handbook said the gutter is safe.
It did. It said concrete.
It said concrete or something like that
asphalt,
is safe. And you'll see soon, before she gives her upshot, how close she was. Great from Ashton there, saving his pars. And is this a birdie look for Ashton?
It's a funny looking Ashton, and that's
and it's a good looking Jacob, but unfortunately not a good looking putt, just coming up short. And look at that! Look at how that discs.
That's a lucky lie there from Echo. It's why it's good to always have players' handbooks for tournaments. It takes the argument out of it, and again, a really good positive thing about this tournament from Chris. Good run there from Echo too.
Now you do say that the player's handbook was good, which it is, but we were actually a little bit confused on this hole, or the players were, and they weren't sure whether the dunes there played OB for this changed hole position, because it wasn't actually on the particular hole's information page. So we see Echo here, she actually played a provisional. So we'll see Echo putting in twice here. This one's here for her provisional, and then obviously her blue disc on the ground is the lie she played, and it's actually the score that counted because it was OB in the end. But both her scores ended up as the same anyway, so there you go.
No harm, no foul.
And there we see our feature card here tapping out on the final hole on this front nine. It's been really good to watch these guys battle through it. It's been tough conditions and they've been playing well.
Some great golf, some not so great conditions.
And here we see the overall rankings through 9 holes. Stephen Reed out on top at 1 under par. Whole bunch of players, including yourself, on even, tied at second place. As you can see, really tough scoring conditions, but a lot of players hanging in there doing well.
Absolutely, as it shows, that even score from Ashton parring out the front 9 played really, really well.
Thank you so much for watching our front 9 coverage, and we'll see you for the back 9 soon. We'll see you there.